Hi friends, welcome to my channel. In this video we will discuss chapter first of your unit first, that is electrostat. The chapter is electric charges and fields. In the last video we have discussed introduction to electric fields and magnetic fields, and in this video we will start from the starting of the chapter electric charges and fields. The topics that we will cover in this video are electric charges, basic properties of charges, conductors and insulators, charging by induction, Coulomb's law, force due to multiple charges, and the rest of the topics we will discuss in the next video. So our first topic is electric charge. Now what is electric charge? It is that property of matter which experience some force when placed near some other charged body. What it means? जब हम किसी चार्ज को, चार्ज एक ऐसी प्रॉपर्टी है मैटर की, जब हम उसे किसी और चार्ज्ड बॉडी के इन्फ्लुएंस में लेके आते हैं तो क्या होता है, वो बॉडी भी चार्ज्ड हो जाती है. सो दिस इज व्हाट वी कॉल एज इलेक्ट्रिक चार्ज, एंड द इलेक्ट्रिक चार्जेस आर लाइक पॉजिटिव, नेगेटिव. These are electric charges. So positive charge, any body, when we remove some electrons from the neutral body or any object which is neutral, then it causes deficiency of electrons in that body and we obtain positive charge as a result. Means positive charge, we can say that deficiency of electrons result in positive charge. And what is negative charge? When there is excess of charges in any body, means we give electrons to a neutral body, then that result in negative charge. Now next is properties of charges. Properties of charges, we already know these some of properties. First is like charges repel each other and unlike charges attract each other. It means positive will repel each other क्योंकि वो क्या है, same like charges, and or any negative charges will also repel each other. But the two opposite charges like positive and negative, they will attract each other. Next is quantization of charge. What it means? It means total charge on a body is integral multiple of fundamental charge E, where E is the charge on an electron. We can write this as Q equal to NE, where N is the integer. Now what actually this statement means is charge cannot be divided into further smaller parts. Means it is an integral multiple of charge on an electron, because हम charges को further parts में divide नहीं कर सकते, तो इसलिए हम charges को क्या लिखते हैं, integral multiple of the smallest unit, that is charge on an electron. Next properties, many properties are there which are basic properties of charges. Conserve. Charge is always conserved in an isolated system, that is we cannot destroy or create any charge in isolated system. Or another property is charge is unaffected by motion, means either any body is at rest or in motion, there will be no difference. Charge is unaffected by motion. Next is additive property. What it means is total charge on an isolated system is equal to the algebraic sum of charges on individual bodies of the system. Means, for example, this is a system, it contains Q1 minus Q2, Q3 and many charges a system can have, but here we have system of three charges. So the total charge on this system will be the algebraic sum of the three charges, that is Q1 minus Q2 plus Q3. Here Q2 has negative charge, that's why we have here negative charge. So our next topic is conductors and insulators. Now what are conductors? We have also learned this in our junior smaller classes, that the substances which contain free charges carriers, so they allow easy flow of current, they are called conductors. And the substances which practically contain no free charge carriers and do not allow the flow of current, मतलब practically उनमें कोई charge नहीं होता, कोई free charge नहीं होता, but we can induce by some means charges in insulators. But that is another case. We are here discussing simple normal insulators. They do not allow the flow of current. And what are conductors? They easily allow the flow of current. Okay. Now some basic, or we can say very important properties of conductors are: electric field inside a conductor is zero. When we apply some external electric field on a conductor, then opposite electric field get induced inside the conductor. Means इस डायरेक्शन में हमने इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड अप्लाई किया एक्सटर्नली, जो इस डायरेक्शन में जा रहा है, और उससे क्या होगा, इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड की डायरेक्शन क्या होती है, पॉजिटिव टू नेगेटिव. मीन्स हेयर वी हैव पॉजिटिव चार्जेस, सो नेगेटिव चार्जेस विल get collected on this side and here we will get positive charges. So inside the conductor the direction of electric field will be from this to this. So this inside electric field will cancel the influence of external electric field and the net electric field inside a conductor is zero. Next is electric field is always perpendicular to the surface of conductor. This is also very important property that कि जो इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड होता है वो कंडक्टर की सरफेस से क्या होता है, परपेंडिकुलर होता है. मीन्स दिस इज ऑल्सो प्रूव्ड, वी नो बाय डेफिनेशन ऑफ पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस VA minus VB, where this is potential difference between any 2 points. Okay, VA minus VB is integral of E dot dl. VA minus VB potential difference is equal to line integral from A to B of E dot, or we can say line integral of electric field. Now we also know that potential difference on the surface of conductor is zero. Means the potential at every point on the conductor is same. So we will get the line integral. This line integral will also be equal to 0 because VA minus VB is equal to this. So what it means, dot product is what we have also discussed in last video, that dot product is equal to A dot B is equal to AB cos theta. So here E dot dl will be equal to E dl cos theta. So cos theta will be 0 when theta equal to 90 degree. What it means is E and dl are परपेंडिकुलर टू ईच अदर. मीन्स इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड और जो उसका सरफेस होता है वो क्या होते हैं, एक दूसरे के परपेंडिकुलर, बिकॉज डीएल इज टेंजेंशियल टू सरफेस ऑफ कंडक्टर. नाउ नेक्स्ट टॉपिक इज charging, methods of charging, but in your syllabus there is only one method, that is charging by induction, but we will clear basics also, so we will discuss other topics also, other methods also. There are many methods. Some important are charging by rubbing, charging by conduction, charging by induction. Charging by rubbing किस में होता है, इंसुलेटर्स के केस में होता है. मतलब उसमें क्या होता है, ये फिगर देखो, दिस इज सिंपली अ क्लॉथ, ठीक है, और वी कैन से ये जो क्लॉथ है इसमें कोई चार्ज नहीं है, ये बलून है, ये भी अनचार्ज्ड है. ओके, और सिंपली अगर हम इस बलून को, यहाँ पे कोई वॉल है दिस वॉल इज ऑल्सो अनचार्ज्ड। इस बलून को हम सिंपली इस वॉल पे लेके जाएंगे तो क्या होगा, ये बलून बिना किसी गम और सेलो टेप के ये इस पे इसके साथ नहीं चिपकेगा, बिकॉज बोथ आर अनचार्ज बॉडीज, ये किसी के इन्फ्लुएंस में नहीं है। तो ये हम इसको बिना किसी सेलो टेप और गम और थ्रेड के बिना हम इसे यहाँ पे नहीं चिपका सकते। बट इफ वी रब दिस बलून विद दिस क्लॉथ फॉर सम टाइम, then some of the charges will get induced in this balloon, and this charges, then now we will bring this balloon here near to the wall, then what we will observe is the balloon will get stuck over the wall without any sellotape or gum. So this is the method of charging by rubbing, and this occur in insulators, in case of insulators. Next is charging by conduction. इसमें क्या होता है, when a charged body is brought near to an uncharged body, charging by conduction और charging by induction, इन दोनों के केस में डिफरेंस क्या होता है, होती दोनों में क्या है, चार्ज बॉडी को एक अनचार्ज बॉडी के नियर लेके जाते हैं, बट इस केस में क्या होता है, उन दोनों का हम कांटेक्ट करवाते हैं और इसमें हम उनको कांटेक्ट में नहीं लाते, सिर्फ उनको नियर टू द अनचार्ज बॉडी लेके जाते हैं, चार्ज बॉडी को। बट कंडक्शन में क्या होता है, द चार्जेस दैट आर प्रेजेंट इन चार्ज बॉडी, द सेम चार्जेस गेट इंड्यूस्ड इन द अनचार्ज बॉडी, बट इन केस ऑफ इंडक्शन the opposite charges get induced in the uncharged body. We can see this by example. Here firstly we have a neutral sphere, and this is a charged rod which has negative charge, negatively charged rod. When we bring this rod near to the neutral sphere, then the positive charges will get induced here near at the near face of the sphere, and the negative charges will get induced here. Now these electrons will be removed through the conducting wire, means वो ground कर दिया उसको, तो electrons क्या हो गए, remove हो गए। And now remove this negatively charged rod from the sphere, ये भी हमने remove कर दी, तो end पे हमें क्या मिलेगा, the sphere becomes positively charged, means स्टार्टिंग में क्या था, एक नेगेटिवली चार्ज बॉडी को हम अनचार्ज बॉडी के पास लेके गए, एंड एंड पे क्या हुआ, वो अनचार्ज बॉडी ऑपोजिटली चार्ज चार्जेस के साथ वो क्या हो गई, चार्ज हो गई। सो दिस इज कॉल्ड चार्जिंग बाय इंडक्शन। नाउ नेक्स्ट टॉपिक इज कूलम्स लॉ। कूलम्स लॉ, what it states, the force of attraction or repulsion between two charges is directly proportional to the product of charges and inversely proportional to the square of distance between them. Means F is directly proportional to product of charges, that is Q1 and Q2. These are two charges, okay, and inversely proportional to square of distance between them. If R is the distance between two charges, then F is inversely proportional to R square. So as a constant of proportionality हमने क्या ऐड कर दिया, 1/4 pi epsilon, और इसको हम क्या बोलते हैं, dielectric constant. This is dielectric constant, and epsilon is the permittivity of medium between the charges. जिस मीडियम में हमने चार्जेस को प्लेस किया है, एप्सिलॉन क्या है, उसकी परमिटिविटी, और फ्री स्पेस की परमिटिविटी को हम डिनोट करते हैं एप्सिलॉन नॉट से। और जो एप्सिलॉन होता है वो क्या होता है, डाइलेक्ट्रिक कांस्टेंट इनटू परमिटिविटी ऑफ फ्री स्पेस। सो इफ वी हैव प्लेस्ड आवर चार्जेस इन फ्री स्पेस, देन k is equal to 1. So this formula will get changed into 1/4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R square, मतलब एप्सिलॉन की जगह क्या आ जाएगा, एप्सिलॉन नॉट. दिस इज एप्लीकेबल ओनली इन केस ऑफ फ्री स्पेस, एंड व्हेन वी हैव प्लेस्ड आवर चार्जेस इन एनी मीडियम, देन देयर विल बी एप्सिलॉन. नाउ नेक्स्ट इज कूलम्स लॉ इन वेक्टर फॉर्म। वेक्टर फॉर्म में क्या होता है, थोड़ी सी एक्सप्लेनेशन आ जाती है सिंपली कूलम्स लॉ की, ज़्यादा क्लियर करने के लिए। इसमें क्या होता है, हमने Q1 और Q2 दो चार्जेस लिए, ठीक है, उनको प्लेस किया। जो R12 है वो क्या है, यूनिट वेक्टर ऑफ Q1 which is in direction from B to A, and R21 is the unit vector in direction from A to B. F12 is the force exerted on Q1 by Q2. F21 is the force exerted on Q2 by Q1. These Q1 Q2 both are like charges and we have placed these charges in vacuum. R21 is the position vector of Q2 relative to Q1 and R12 is the position vector of Q1 relative to Q2. Now according to Coulomb's law, what we have read, F21 is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 और नीचे क्या होता है R स्क्वायर। और इसको हम वेक्टर फॉर्म में कर रहे हैं तो हमें डायरेक्शन भी बतानी ज़रूरी है। तो डायरेक्शन क्या है, डायरेक्शन क्या है, F12 के केस में हमारा जो डायरेक्शन है फोर्स की वो है फ्रॉम 2 to 1 मीन्स R12। F21 के केस में हमारे पास होगा R21 और F12 के केस में हमारा जो पोजीशन वेक्टर है वो क्या आएगा, R12, दैट इज द फोर्स एक्सर्टेड ऑन बॉडी 2 by 1। और F21 में क्या आ रहा है, फोर्स एक्सर्टेड ऑन बॉडी 2 by 1। इसमें 1 पे 2 से जो फोर्स एक्सर्ट हो रहा है और इसमें 2 पे जो 1 से फोर्स एक्सर्ट हो रहा है। एंड दिस इज यूनिट वेक्टर। ये जो कैप है ये क्या डिनोट करता है कि ये क्या है, यूनिट वेक्टर। एंड यूनिट वेक्टर इज सिंपली इक्वल टू वेक्टर ओवर इट्स मैग्नीट्यूड। तो इसमें अगर हम यूनिट वेक्टर की जगह वेक्टर ओवर उसका मैग्नीट्यूड ऐड करते हैं तो ये फॉर्मूला चेंज हो जाएगा। आर स्क्वायर की जगह क्या आ जाएगा, आर क्यूब, और R21 कैप की जगह हमारे पास क्या आ जाएगा, R21 वेक्टर और आर क्यूब। ओके, सिमिलरली हम F12 भी लिख सकते हैं। And this we know very well that R12 and R21 are equal and opposite because only their direction is different. So if we put this into R21 equal to minus R12, so these two equations will be equal, only the difference is their charge. So F12 equal to minus of F21 means Coulomb's force exerted on Q2 by Q1 is equal and opposite to the Coulomb's force exerted on Q1 by Q2, and this is in accordance with Newton's third law. Newton's third law ने भी यही स्टेट किया था। So Newton's third law is completely applicable on electrostatic forces. Now next topic is last topic of this video, that is force between multiple charges. Coulomb's law में हमने पढ़ा force between any 2 point charges, but we can also see or observe the force between multiple charges if a system has many charges. Here this is a system which contains Q, Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4 or up to so on Qn charges. So Q1 is also exerting force on Q, Q2 is also exerting force on Q, similarly Q3, Q4. If position vector of these charges, Q1 charge has position vector R1, Q2 has position vector R2, Q3 has R3, and similarly Qn has Rn position vector, and position vector of Q is R vector. And F1, F2 up to Fn are the forces exerted by Q1, Q2 and Qn on Q. Okay, so this force between multiple charges is given by principle of superposition. What it states is, if there are number of interacting charges, then the force on a particular charge may be found by principle of superposition, means F is equal to total force is F1 plus F2 plus F3 plus F2 so on up to Fn. That is, force acting on a given charge is equal to the vector sum of forces exerted on it by remaining charges. Okay, means the total force is the vector sum of the individual forces. Okay, so friends, इस वीडियो में हम इतने ही टॉपिक कवर करेंगे. Rest of the topics we will cover in our next video. Keep supporting